Is he in the vehicle?
Yeah. I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address, and now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. Just fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
And boom.
Oh.
Bad boys. Okay, so Maureen.
Thank you, Maureen Plant.
Yep, there you go. Subscribe. Thank you very much, you guys. Anyways, welcome to the live today, you guys. There was I was gonna do one yesterday, but then I ended up going out with my husband instead. Sorry, his name is Steve as well, Steve Austin. But anyways, so I decided to do one today with Adam, and thank you, Adam, of course, for. I know that your days are all mixed up with different things, but. Thank you, of course, for joining me today for this one.
And I'm glad. I'm happy to be here. Of course.
Yeah. And I did put out a poll because what you gonna do when they come for you? Thank you, Sandra Langridge. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you guys for everyone that's subscribing, and please hit that like button for us if you don't mind. Of course, and it gets traction. It helps us. And of course, you guys get to enjoy live. Anyways, and the videos that you put out. I put out a couple of videos today, but guess what, Adam, and you don't know this. Oh, sorry. Aspen is Adam. So if you guys hear me say Adam sometimes, Aspen Connor is Adam as well. Okay, so not to confuse you either. Yeah. There was someone that put a post the other day that they couldn't remember your name. I think they called you Alex. And they said, can you and John, and I think his name's Alex, do another live again? That I really love those, enjoy those. But guess what? Guess who's going to the St. Michael's on the Wire tomorrow or tonight because it's UK time?
John
from Crime Scene to Courtroom is going to go down there. And you guys, if you guys haven't seen that poll, which you guys should have when you came in here, he's going to go there tomorrow, and he wants to know what you guys want him to record while he's there. Okay, so he definitely wants to go over
maybe a little sunbathing.
You know what? Yeah, right. I mean, might as well get that in as well. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
right
wait,
there.
Never mind. I didn't say that. I was like, why go to the gym if you're not going to show it off? Okay.
Look at his pecs. Like, impeccable. Did you get it? Impeccable. Those are some nice guns. Yeah. But anyways, you guys, so there's John right there, you guys. And so he's like, Sonny, make sure you stay up. And I'm like, I got you, bro. Absolutely. You guys know my sleep schedule is pretty much 2 hours here and 2 hours there and whatever. Anyways, thank you guys. Let's just give some shout outs quickly while we're here. And I haven't made it yet because I was running out of time, guys. I was working on a lot of things this morning, but I'm going to specifically make you UK people an emoji. Unless besides the flag, which is the obvious, unless you guys want some other emoji that represents the United Kingdom. I want to make you guys, because we have so many United Kingdom subscribers as well, want to make you guys a special note. So if you do have some ideas, just put them in the comments section of this video, or during the live here, and I'll take a look at them as we go along and later after. Okay, guys?
Right.
Okay.
And
anyway,
John, since you're listening, if you could just if you could stand at the bench and then maybe roll down the embankment, then stand up in the middle of the water, and then lay down, and then let us know what happens.
Yeah, there's a problem with the middle of the water there. John told me he cannot swim. So don't go to the middle, John.
Oh.
But if you could just, we just want you to see if you could leave no marks whatsoever on the embankment, land in about 2 feet of water, and just see if you float away. It doesn't matter, as long as you got that video record, what happens to you, whatever happens, right?
Yeah, you can call us. We'll be on a 3-way Teams call. You can leave it on the bench, and we'll see how long you stay logged in.
Yeah, we'll just recreate.
It's called a recreation.
Yeah. So put on your little puddle jumper things that go on your arms, flap into the middle of the water. See how truly deep it is, whether it's 13 or 18, doesn't matter. I'm not sure if it's high tide, low tide, whatever. But if you could just do that, we're not requesting too much, are we? No, I didn't think so. No. But anyway, let's say some hellos. Pincho, hi, bud. How are you? Sailor Man, how are you? Walk the track between the church and the river. John, make sure you're taking notes here. Walk the track between the church and the river, over the stile, down the steps, onto the sandbar, cross the river, over the ankle-deep stones, just below the weir, and the bench, and then across to the bench. That was not a tall order, Sailor Man. That was not a tall order. No. But so, John, take notes on this. Have a closer look at Rowan Water. I'm a little drunk and I need you now. All right. So, Anthony.
Steve Smith, super chat. £2. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, just so you know, and thank you, Steve Smith, for becoming a member. All I know is because I remember one time, right? Because I remember when my husband's mom sent him money. Okay, and this is how I'm Canadian. Don't forget, guys.
Exactly.
We got US over here, and I remember once when she said, let's just hypothetically say 100. What do you guys call it? 100 quid. That turned out to be about $200 Canadian, almost at the time. So just know when I say $1.99 for a membership to the UK, that's probably about $1.50 UK quid.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for the donation, Steve.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Steve. I was getting to that point too. But I want to let you know about that too. So $1.99 to you guys is like $1.50 or something like that. But thank you very much, Steve Smith. And so Anthony Cook says, have a closer look at Rowan Water, please. Mainly what it's like on the other side of the field by the road. John's taking notes here. He's definitely taking notes. Oh, we got Sailor Man again. Check the people who were in the church on the 26th and possibly overnighted with camera equipment, tripod, not fishing rods, as were. Well, now I know that the Fisher people that if you go back to the interviews, now this is of course if you believe anything at all, because as I can see going over everything, it is so inconsistent. It's not like from news to LE to the police to everything. Honestly, it's like a small nightmare in a sense. Like, meaning it's not like Delphi case where Delphi is so convoluted with 90 POIs and all this stuff. We have one.
Can you imagine if this draws out for 6 years? It will be.
Yeah, you want a 6-year Delphi case, guys? Hey, and they still have a, let's see. Oh, Sailor Man, you're just getting yourself in there, aren't you? Check the 2 sets of tire tracks down the 30-foot track in and out of the field by the church and the river. Okay, and then there's Hazy Haze. Be nice, the underwater footage of the weir to show how deep it is. Well, definitely, I would love to see more footage of that weir, get the good angles there. So while you're going over the stile, over there, down to the weir, that would be great. You need to watch for the 4 deleted videos. They had underwater shots, but not of the weir. Change of plan. Wait, film a stack. Okay, sure. Does this sound right to you or so wrong? Film a sack with two balls
Oh, I
and the rest
responded.
oranges going over the.
I did respond to that comment in the chat.
Did you? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Let's see here. We got Jackdaw. Hi, Jackdaw. Hi, X Little Smith. Little Smith.
Ex
Asked that
Little
he's
Miss
a friend.
Sunshine.
Oh, my Miss Sunshine. Nice to meet you. Sunny, by the way. Nice to meet you, Sunshine. Uh, I still feel like I'm a little bit brighter somehow, just a little bit, okay? Because it is sunny over here, and I'm pretty sure you guys are an 8 hour. Well, I know you guys are an 8 hour difference. My mother-in-law who lives in Nuneaton there, I can hear them. It's called the chat that's going off that I can keep hearing going off. It's called the Mama Bear Funhouse Fam Chat. It's where we can say whatever we want. I'm a little drunk and I need you now.
And Luthia Super Chat.
Oh.
£1.99. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to thank you guys because there was some nice, nice little donations there the other day from the UK. My husband, he's wrong. Like I said, he's from Nuneaton. He said you guys are cheap. He said the UK people, we don't have to tip or anything like that. And I'm like, well, funny enough, it's a lot of the UK people that sit there and do these little super chats. Thank you very much, husband. Yeah, maybe he's Canadian and I'm really the Brit here. But anyways, it was actually quite nice, you guys, when I was in the UK and we were at restaurants and my husband said, you don't have to tip. It's not a thing here. And I was like, really? Because over here, they're vultures, okay? Like, seriously, everywhere you go, it doesn't matter if it's anywhere. Like, freaking, what was it called? Booster juice. Okay, you're doing your job. Now if you're a waitress waiting and you're bringing, and I'm like, excuse me, can I have some? Oh, excuse me, different story. But over there, like I tipped every morning and you could really see the appreciation on their faces. And to me, but that's normal.
I still tip when I'm in Europe.
Yeah, of course.
I might not tip 20-25%, but I still tip when I'm in Europe.
Yeah. But I like the fact that it wasn't expected. Here, it's expected. Like I said, it's ridiculous. By the time you're done tipping throughout every different thing, you're like, where is my money going? Oh, let me see all these tips you're putting out there. But anyways, I just like the fact that it wasn't expected. And you guys, I'm sorry if I don't want to get too far behind here. We got William Austin. Assuming you're doing a walk at the same time Nicola would have, maybe count the amount of cars that pass you on the walk from the school to the field. You mean like the 700? The 700 of them? Does anyone know if the press will be banned from the inquest or not? I don't think anyone knows that, to be honest with you, besides them. Good evening. Hi, Princess Angela. Well, sometimes I get called Princess Sunny. My husband does call me Princess Sunny once in a while. Yeah.
I think you called me Princess before.
I called you Princess. I mean, Adam is the princess here. It's truly not me, actually. But you know what? I do have a couple questions about that coronation thing going on. Okay? So I'm going to ask a couple questions about that, besides the P question. Okay. But there was some questions that I truly had. And I said to my husband, husband, what is it like? Is that carriage? Is that like fully gold? Or is that just gold plated? And he's like, I don't care. What are you watching that stupid bleep for anyway? And I'm just like, well, talk to these 450,000 people on BBC that are watching it. I literally watched the entire thing. Once I realized what coronation meant, sorry guys, then I realized it was the crowning of the king and queen. But I'm not a big fan of Camilla, never have been. Princess Diana, I miss her. I remember exactly when that happened. I was folding laundry. My son was like a year, not even a year old.
It was in the U.S. It was August 30th, 97, right?
Yeah.
Or August 30. Yeah, August 30 or 31st.
I thought it was the 31st. But
I think it might be the 31st.
But this has been so long now. Honestly, I loved Princess Diana. I don't know about you guys, but I personally did.
Yeah.
I never really took a liking to Camilla, and no, a little hard on the eyes, that lady. Well, she wasn't looking too bad though. Like she actually looked better now. Maybe Botox kicked in. I wonder if Botox kicked in. Have a closer look at Marsh Farm. Steve says, John, could you film the CSI where around the park be good to see what's around there. Hi from Liverpool, Shing Bobs. Hi from England. Please take a look at Paul's head in the CCTV of the morning of the 27th. His head looks weird. XX. Well, we'll be playing that video in just a bit. And let's see. Sheila Carter. Could you show Nicholas? Why am I saying Nicholas? Nicola's grave. It's on the right side to the horses in the field. Someone said all the flowers are dead. Oh. So
I've not
it is.
I've not seen a picture of her grave.
No, that would be amazing if you could, because it's kind of like Abby and Libby's, to be honest with you. It's like, it's very touching, especially for people that really follow this case. I used to live in Dunedin, Showers, and I moved in 1999. Hi, Carol. Hello, Gabby 123. Steve, I heard you can also buy that ticket from petrol station. Oh, not really sure what that was talking to. Mona Mina, hi from the UK. I believe that this will remain a mystery forever. Adam, do you think that this is just going to come back as, oops, sorry, it was just simply an accident? Think that they're just going to simply do that, or yeah, you think?
Well, what's the word that Nick uses all the time? Misadventure. I mean, I think that she might be onto something there with, that they're just going to blanket statement with it being a misadventure and move on from there. And that we might not ever officially get the truth. But I hope. And I mean, anyone, if they make the actual report public, which I don't know if they will, but at least other people will be able to deduce what they want from that report.
Nice Pincho.
Now we just need to find an independent coroner to go over it, or a medical examiner to go over it for us.
Yeah. Just Google it. Inquests are open to media and public. Cannot see why this world would be any different and haven't heard anything to the contrary. Yeah, well, let's just cross our fingers, guys. And, Hi, Mark Collins. How are you? Oh, hey, I'm at the bottom already. Ooh, there's 157 in chat. Hey, guys, don't forget to hit that like for us if you don't mind. Hi, Wendy Woo. How are you? Wendy Woo, and you can too. All right. Hi from Lancashire. There you go, Wendy. How are you? Okay. In the UK. Again, a lot of British in here. And that's why we're doing it right now, you guys. It's specifically for the UK ones, for the Nicola Bulley case. That's why we've been doing ones during the day, because of it's an 8-hour difference for me. I'm from Vancouver, Canada myself. And Adam, you're from?
I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm 5 hours behind the UK.
Yeah. Hey, Rachel, how are you? Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys for those little super chats that you guys just did. That's awesome. And again, I'm going to make you guys your own emoji. I love making those things. Yeah.
I don't see a picture of her. I see some screen. I see some shots online from, it looks like the police and things at the cemetery, but I don't see any of her actual headstone. Which I don't know how long that takes in the UK. I know in the US, usually after a funeral, the headstone itself doesn't usually come right away. So I'm not sure if her headstone's up already or not.
Oh, thank you. Karen Holmes said, John, can you video Inskip and the road Nicola would have driven? Yeah, that's about a 7-9 minute drive. Yeah. So 8:26 is when the time clock starts. Now, obviously, it's within another minute or two. Everything's within a minute or two, right, guys? For the most part, right? Now, let me just quickly, before we get into the actual video, like the one where Nicola's leaving that morning, I'm just quickly going to play you guys just a little clip, because these are topics of discussion that I would like to talk about today as well. And again, this is great. And I'm so happy for John. Like I said, we talk all the time. Such a great dude. You guys will see. I mean, is John a mod? I've made him a mod, haven't I? John, talk, dude. I'm there. Pretty sure I made him a mod. Either way, I always have his link rotating throughout this live. Let's see. John, if you're in here, drop your link in the chat. But I'm sure most of you guys know who John from Crime Scene Courtroom is, but if you don't, and you're more on the US and Canadian side or whatever, there he is. John, wait, okay, good. Let me just double check. Oh my goodness, you're not a mod. Oh, here you go. Add as moderator. You can be a managing moderator. Oh, you're so special. Anyways, now you can drop your link in chat. Can you please do that, John? I mean, I know it rotates through my OBS as well, but if you could do that, John's gonna get a wrench. He's such a bad boy, John. Yeah. But anyways, I'm so excited that he's gonna be going there.
I
And
know.
trying to feel whatever he You're the
So,
best tool in
so
the
I'm not
shed.
sure. I don't know how far is John from St. Michael's.
About 3.5 hours.
Okay. Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
if anyone wants to help contribute to John's travel and everything, I'm sure go to his channel, and I'm sure you can find links to his um,
Yeah.
information.
Yeah. If you guys want to help him with gas money or something like that, that would
Yeah.
always be great. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know really what you guys use in the UK for, like, besides, like PayPal's worldwide. I don't know what John has though. Or maybe they should give it to us and then we'll pretend to give it to John.
Right.
No, just kidding.
And everyone in the chat, thank you guys. Everyone in the chat that's saying it takes about 6 months or so for the headstone. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm leaving at 2 a.m. I want to get there for sunrise. I already do help him. Well, there you go. That's great, transporter. I'm leaving at 2 a.m. I want to get there for sunrise. Yes, I am mental. Well, I'm not going to disagree, Definitely. I just put up with it. That's all. I can deal with it. I can handle it. No, it's a really good guy. Really great guy. I like talking with him about the Nicola Bulley case and as we're talking about different things. So I'm really looking forward to this trip that he's going to make,
Oh, and John, if you don't mind, could you get Penny to clear up the timeline if you just want to knock on her
Yeah.
door and take care of that
Yeah.
for us as well? Do it before you go down into the water and get wet.
Right. You might want to ask Curtis from Curtis Media to, back you up on this one. Not sure how well that's going to go, but yeah. I think Penny would be ideal. Who else can we get?
Emma. Maybe if you want to talk to Emma.
Yeah, but do you think she would tell us the truth?
Well,
or do you think her nose might grow? I don't know. Wait, you guys are on Lacey. Day late and $1 short. Yeah. This is Lacey. I mean, it's really for the UK people, but hey, come on in. Let's go. Okay. Could you ever look at the pathway? So when this live ends, you guys, again, just put your thoughts in there, and then John can look at the comments too as well. I'm sure he's got a lot being said already. No, I won't be live. You're right. Is somebody really trying to call me? Adam, take over.
I guess she had to take it. John says, no, Mr. Smith, no, I won't be live. It'll be a covert op. Well, you're going to have to wear a disguise then, John. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Smith says, go at 9:35 and bump into Ron. Just like that reporter did, right? Mackie B says, you'd be lucky if any of them would talk to you. Most likely. But I do agree. With Jackie there. Best way is to go is covert. Sailor Man says, ask about the single tire tracks on the 34-foot track between the church and the river. Well, you're getting a lot of good ideas there, John. And then Just Me 23 says there's a channel that filmed a lot of the area in St. Michael's of both sides of the river and the road and the church grounds. Great perspective. I believe that was Curtis Media, was it not? Or no, it was who did do all of those walks?
Oh, you're talking about that Michelle. I think her name is called Michelle Walk. You talking about that?
Was that it? Yeah, she did do some, but the early days, when she first started doing those, I did appreciate the context.
The visual.
Yes,
Yeah.
the visual.
Yeah. And so that was my husband, by the way. My husband, he's a little bit more important. Sorry, guys. We're going to go camping next weekend. It's going to be like 30, 31 degrees, whatever that converts to for you, Adam. All I know is
it was Street Hawk. Thank you.
Street Hawk. Oh, Street Hawk. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. And then Michelle After Dark did do those videos.
Yeah. She changed her name, I think, to Michelle Walk. Didn't she, Tracy?
Yeah.
Because when I went to go look one day not too long ago, I think it said Michelle Walk or something like that. Yeah, yeah. There's some. Yeah, I would say that there are definitely some very interesting commentators for the Nicola Bulley case in the UK. I don't really watch a ton. I do my own thing typically. I talk to John pretty much, and you know, when I want to go giggle, I go watch AD on sometimes the things that he says. I think it's the way he says it. Now if we could just combine Armchair Detective with JLR, imagine what that live would be like.
Acid reflux.
Anyways,
Well, I know one
okay.
thing, it would have a lot of nonsense on it.
Yeah, most of you guys don't know who JLR is. His name is Jonathan Lee Investigates. Adam, if you could just do a face on every typical thumbnail, besides the fact that he almost eats every thumbnail. Don't forget to point at me. Anyways, okay, let me play that video for you guys real quick. I did it very quickly, so if there's any fudges in there, I'm sorry, but I did it really quickly. Oh, so give us a second here.
Lord, I'm needing comfort from you, but I guess heaven needed you more. But I can't understand exactly what for.
Nicola Bulley, a beautiful mother that disappeared on January 27th of 2023. She would later be found on February 19th of 2023 in the River Wire in St. Michael's in Lancashire. Hi, I'm Sunny Justice, and Aspen Connor is my co-host, and thank you for joining the live.
This is not right, and this is not right, and this is not right, and
I mean, how important is that? Someone who
So he always
was one of
does
the
that
first
walk
people.
about the same time every day, doesn't he?
Yeah. And one of the first people who actually spotted, the phone on the bench, who was contacted by the lady who saw it first. He came down here, he saw the wallpaper, he saw a picture
Yeah.
of who was on there, and then they
the
knew.
building here, and I thought this is not right, and but then there was a conversation, but my wife was trying to ring me, I was trying to ring her. Penny had rung my wife.
Yeah.
To say that she'd fastened the dog up that was.
And Penny was the lady who actually spotted Willow initially,
Right, yes.
and saw the phone, but didn't know what was going on with the
That's
phone.
right, yes.
Just up on this side,
Yeah.
someone actually did spot Nicola. A witness spotted Nicola with her dog Willow. They actually then, police spoke to that witness to get more information. They put out a picture of the witness. They got in touch with the witness. They spoke to them, and they got some information from the witness just to piece together the timeline of what we're doing. I'm bitterly cold as well. Remember, Nicola was well kind of padded up with her clothing. She had a full-length black kind of padded jacket on. She had wellies on. She had socks, a hat, a scarf, and she was well wrapped up because it was bitterly cold.
Okay, so those are things that we're going to go back to in a few moments because they simply don't make sense. And basically, just like you know what? I spend a lot of time when I dig into something, and I know that some of you guys out there too that are the creators. But I personally myself, okay, and Adam, I spend an enormous amount of time going over the information and information to the point of ridiculous, to be honest, sometimes. But whatever. But I just, after looking at the ledge, after looking of thinking of no marks, no this, no that, right? Nothing to show. Okay, first of all, Sly News, Sky News, whatever you call them out there.
I love the
Okay.
nicknames. The
I
Daily
know,
Fail, the
Daily
Sly
Fail,
News,
right? I mean, honestly, if you want to see a ton of
Broken Mirror, or
inconsistencies,
whatever.
yeah, Broken Mirror. That's a good one. That's a good one. But if you want to see from start to finish of this case, the amount of ridiculous information, when I say information, the misinformation, the misspeaking, do you know how many were specifically in that video with Sky News? Okay, so you have to remember, right? Sky, like in that whole video of that one where they're doing the whole walkabout, and even though that real pace was like, I mean, they were back talking at that almost that red brick building at like what, like 8:57 or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, you guys did all, but anyways, it's like when you listen to them. First of all, she says for the inquest, not the inquest, sorry, the welfare check. She makes the mistake of, instead of saying 17 days, she slips and says on January 17th for the welfare check. Okay. So these people, of course, are claiming, the Sky News, of talking to the family and friends, that they got this wealth of information after talking to them, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's like verbal diarrhea almost coming out of their mouths. So if you talk to the family and friends, how did you make that many mistakes in that video then? Seriously,
well,
you're the news.
It's Sky News. They also had to issue a correction during the coronation because they referred to Camilla as Harry and William's mother.
Really?
And then they called her something else. And then they got it right the third time.
Well, I mean, I get that but when you're an actual journalist and, and a news reporter, okay, you can understand the odd misspelling in their blogs or whatever, their paper, and stuff like that, even though you think that it would be read and proofread, right? Because these are professionals. But when they're doing reporting on this case, and with the wealth of knowledge that they've had from the Nicola Bulley friends and the mother and father, okay, so unless we don't know it, you guys, where's the hat and scarf in that listing? We've never heard of a hat and scarf.
Where's the necklace?
Right? But it's like, well, I mean, on
Where's
the list.
Where's the key fob? Sorry.
But the thing is, it's that, okay, if Nicola Bulley had a hat on, you don't think for 1 second, women, we know when our hair gets flat, that hat's probably coming off in the water. Okay? That hat would be coming off in the water, if not the scarf. So unless the scarf is one of those ones that wraps around your neck or something like that. But where did we hear? Did you hear scarf? And there was nothing in ever that list or said about a scarf and a hat. And that hat would have come off in the water. But yet, don't forget, there was nothing found, right? Okay. Now, then you guys, also in that video, it's like they're sitting there talking about that they've spoken to this witness to help give them the timeline, and they posted the picture. One of the last people to talk to Nicola. Really? Because Christine Bowman said that they already contacted her. They don't know why they were looking for her again, because she had no information. And yet they sit there and say that they posted a picture. Well, we know it's not the lady with the pram. Lady with the pram was on Allotment Lane. The lady that was in the thing was Christine Bowman. And I don't even believe anymore that it was a man in the upper field with a fluffy dog. Because I was looking at a bunch of articles yesterday. Yeah. Oh, what's John saying? Steve, ANPR camera, I would. Okay. And so when Ron's talking, actually, you know what? Let's just go through this actually. So let's bring up the video again.
Yeah, and really quickly before it goes out of my head, I saw
Yeah.
one comment on here. I would like to know the answer to this too. Amalthea says, I've always wondered if it's possible to walk across the river between the bench and the abandoned house, because we know there's no CCTV footage on the abandoned or it wasn't a house. It wasn't abandoned, but the house that was being remodeled on that side in that field. There was no cameras over there. So I've always wondered if it's possible to walk across the river as well. But John, I know you can't swim, so don't put yourself in danger.
You know what? You go get your butt down to your Dollar General store. You buy yourself those little blow up floater wings, and there you go. You're good to go. You only
I'll
got to
just
go.
jump on an airplane. I'll fly to
13 feet.
London. I'll go to St. Michael's and just try to walk it myself.
You know, there's the channel where the guy was pretending that he was freaking on the river wire. I can't think of his name, but he was some sort of like, not detective, like a PI or whatever, a private investigator. You guys know what I'm talking about there? And it's like he's pretending he's in England on the river wire, and he's like, you can tell when he looks over, like he looks like he's talking to the bench, dude. The river wire isn't that wide. This guy is showing this humongous river as he looks like he's looking at the bench. Fraud. I hate frauds. I hate fakes. Just, I freaking cannot stand fakes and frauds. You know,
Right.
Like
I'm just playing, John. I know. I'm just playing with you.
Nixon Harris, you can walk across that weir. The dog wouldn't though. Yeah. Now you guys know, even though I didn't put it in not the last video, but the first part 1 video, because there's part 1 and part 2. But in part 1, there was 3 different things about where that dog was between between the river to the bench, between the kissing gates to the bench, between the field to the kissing beach, or fishing from the field to the kissing gate to the river, whatever. And then this guy that Curtis Media is talking with says, no, the dog wasn't doing that at all. It was going from the bench. It was trying to get over the stile. And I'm just like, how can 4 different things be said about this dog? You know?
I'll go to Amazon. I'll go to Amazon UK and I'll order John a blow up rainbow flamingo, and then he can blow it up, and then he can put it out on the weir, and then he can just lay back. He can have a pint, and he can just float down the river.
I know. Okay, so let me bring up that video again. Okay, so let me hit this for a second, and I'm going to take this off. Okay, and let me go back to besides Nicola being beautiful, such a sad. What a beautiful lady. Hold on. Let's just take a moment to. I almost gave her a cyclops there. You know. This is all for Nicola. Yeah, I'm wanting to know the truth. So let me go back to this part here, obviously. Okay, where does it start? That's when he just says, you know, something's not right. Okay, well, let's just play it out.
Someone who
So he obviously doesn't walk about at the same time every day, doesn't he? Yeah.
And one of the first people who actually spotted, you know, the phone on the bench, who was contacted by the lady who saw it first. He came down here, he saw the wallpaper, he saw a picture of who was on there.
Okay, so I need to pause it there because there's something that's not making sense here. So this Inman guy, or whatever his name is, he's sitting there saying how, oh, you know, isn't that, oh, I think I'm lagging for a sec there. But anyways, you know, saying out one of the first people to see the phone on the bench. He was contacted by, we'll just use the name Penny. He was contacted by Penny and basically comes and sees the wallpaper. Okay. But how does that make sense, you guys, to, you know, I thought maybe the person was in the bathroom and he doesn't finish it off. And then he goes, and then I got about here and to this red building and I thought something's not right. So how does that make sense? So if he was contacted, say, by Penny, and he was one of the first people, which we know because you can tell by the way he's talking, so who would get to the bench, if they're being called because of something odd, and then he gets to the red building and then says, there's something not right. Do you see what I'm saying, Adam? Like, how does that story make sense?
Yeah.
You can't,
It
like,
does.
no one's, are we lagging it? Or is it just I'm over time? Is there a
I don't
lag,
think
guys?
so.
There.
Is there a lag? I don't hear one. Yeah. Pinchot says no lag. Sunny just turned her mic off and left.
Oh my goodness, I turned off. I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and then all of a sudden I hear Adam say that. I turned off my mic as well. Well, call me crazy. Some people do. All right. But anyways, does that make sense, you guys? That somebody is by
Not a
Penny
lick.
piece. Right. Not a lick. Not a lick. You can't sit there and be called by someone to go to the bench and then be like, oh, I'm just going to continue on my walk. Do-de-do-de-do. Oops, I got to the red building, and thought something just isn't right. Well, that's because if it quacks like a duck, smells like a duck, it's not a swan. Know that. Okay. No, I took it off for a sec just because I can see that there was a little bit of a lag. But so that's what I'm trying to point out in this part. Okay. That there's no way you're not going to get called to the bench, and it doesn't make sense. Okay. Something is not right there. And me and John talk about this all the time. No matter how you slice it, dice it, with the witnesses, whatever, something that should be simple, Witness here, witness there, blah, 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 blah. Heck, we can't even tell you if it's a guy in the upper field at 910 or a female, to be honest, because of all the discrepancies going on. How hard is that?
Yeah.
Hey,
Tony, good to see you.
Hey, Tony. Where's Tony? Oh, there he is. Hey, Tony. Tony's our Aussie friend over there.
He's our Kiwi friend.
Yeah, he's our Kiwi friend. So someone in the chat in John's channel keeps saying 910 Witness wasn't fluffy right. Well, if you guys listen to Grizzly True Crime, she'll show a female. Okay, and this doesn't make sense either. She'll show a female and two females for being the witnesses. Now, I have heard that before, but, everything was really gearing towards this gentleman and his wife basically literally saying that there was 3 people on the field, including himself. Chris Substag or whatever calls her a big fat liar, and he never has claimed or whatever. And you got, freaking Isla lady saying her stuff, then taking it down, regurgitating that. So I think on Grizzly True Crime, she has it. Actually, let me just, do I have that picture? She has it where it's 2 females. And then the guy with the fluffy white dog sees Penny tying up the dog with twine. Okay, where does that make sense? And first of all, can I just ask? I just want to ask this. Who carries twine with them when they're going for a walk? I just got some twine. I think I'll tap the dog with this twine as I'm taking. Like, what twine?
Apparently Penny. Yeah. The first several times I watched this Sky News interview, the inconsistencies didn't stand out to me because I couldn't get over how staged the whole interview aspect of it looked. And so I was so taken by the, and here we have this person that we just happened to run into, which they clearly have set up. That, when I had to watch it several more times before I really started to pay attention to the inconsistencies that you're talking about, Sonny.
Yeah, and vlog mix, I've seen this. Thank you. Something you want to do. What you gonna do when they come? And vlog mix, I've seen this super chopper just very, very little. I typically don't watch a lot of content creators because I'm too busy doing my own work with our videos here and our lives. But that Super Jeffer guy, he gives me a laugh as well, to be honest with you. It's almost like watching Cheech and Chong a little bit, you know? And it's just like, and then you got AD, Armchair Detective guy, over there going, I don't take anybody's content, just chill out, and whatever. Yeah, I mean, I personally have no problem if somebody uses this content as long as it's used for good purposes and it's not used to be a troll about it. Other than that, then I'll probably have an issue with it. As for me, I honestly don't care. If somebody wants to use the content, just give credit where credit is due, Like, obviously, we know that Grizzly True Crime provided that video. I still do wonder in my head, and nothing against Grizzly True Crime, but why would it just seems like why would Paul give Grizzly, like, maybe he was sick of the news, maybe he didn't
Grizzly
trust it.
Gisla early on had a source that was a close family friend, and so she did have an inside
Information.
connection to some of the information that was going on in the family and friends aspect, and so I assume that's how that relationship got cultivated. But I don't know Grisla personally, or Gisla personally. So
It's just that one would wonder why.
I respect her and I like her, but
it has nothing to do actually with Gisla. But it was just in your head, you're kind of going like, so why wouldn't they give it to the news and they would give it to a true crime? But it could possibly be because, honestly, maybe they simply didn't trust the news anymore or something like that. But, they respected, say, her channel. And obviously, maybe the friend said, or maybe there was a conversation saying, hey, can I have the footage? I don't know, who knows? Who knows? Either way, I'm glad it came out.
Grizzly has been corrupted.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing was that, at the start of it, everyone's talking about different things because nobody knows. But then sometimes when you get closer to people, you don't want to cause any hurt to the family and stuff like that.
It's true.
So
Sunny and I have had this conversation. When you make a personal connection sometimes with the family members of a victim, it does influence. It can be difficult to be as objective sometimes when you're looking at things. So it really does take. It takes an extra amount of self reflection, self question. To make sure that you are being objective.
Yeah. For me personally, I just would like to see what I would just like. It would always become about the truth, Don't want to put anyone on blast in a sense, People can have their own thoughts and opinions, and I can have mine, and you, Adam, his, and stuff like that as well. But it's one of those things is that I'm still going to show the facts, or not that they're facts. Well, they're facts in the sense of meaning that they're either from out of the police mouth or they're from the misinformation being put out there, or perhaps, somebody did a tweet or a posting and something like that contradicts. When there's enough contradictions, which there more than enough is, I'm going to show it. I'm not going to sit here and try to make stuff up if it's not, and just create, like a false scenario. It's going to be like, here's the information. I'm going to show something. I'm going to question something, but it's the stuff that's out there. I'm not deriving it and trying to put this big conspiracy out there. Doesn't mean that those don't happen. We know that they do. We know that people are corrupt. We know that people lie. We know that police and that will try to make themselves in the best light possible, even if they know that they messed up. And in this case, they messed up, and that's why I kind of like Peter Falding, and I actually respected that. I respect someone that speaks their mind. And Peter Falding was basically like, whoa, you know what? Don't blame this crap on me. Like, I did what I was asked. You guys searched here. I did my job, what I was supposed to, and then they wanted to point fingers when, we all know that crap rolls from the top down and then back up again. So it starts with the police in this situation. It starts with them. And they're the ones that messed up. They didn't cordon off the area. this case from the get-go was their responsibility to ensure that all the procedures should have been done, and it really wasn't. It just really wasn't. And then they had to backtrack. You guys know that, you know. So correct. So yeah, and personally, like I said, I like to be objective. I just like to look at all different angles and then, come to my own conclusions. And then if I come across other information that supports something else, then I will show that as well. And again, letting everyone make their own choices and decisions with what they think happened to Nicola Bulley. But then at the end of it, you just simply want to know the truth. Don't feed us a crock of crap. Just give us the truth, And that's why I like Peter Falding. Tell it like it is, dude. You know what? They did you wrong. He spoke up and he's like, no. I'm not going to sit back where you guys sit there and blame me. And that's how I feel when I'm getting blamed for something if it's not my fault. No. I'm not going to sit back and just take it and, bend over type of thing. I'm going to, sit there and stand my ground. Yeah, in the nicest way possible. Okay. No, some of these. Go ahead, Adam.
Oh, no, I was just going to say really quickly. I know that that's something from what we were saying earlier about the objectivity aspect. I mean, that's something I've started doing when I talk to someone new now. Is I make a point to tell them and myself that that I'm going to remain objective, regardless of what they tell me, so that then they have a fair expectation of too. If they're going to tell me something, that they have to know that I'm not going to. That it's going to be in the in the light of objectivity, and not that I'm going to keep things private and release other things because that's what they ask. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just a combination too when it comes to creators. Okay, it's no different in the true crime over here in the U.S. and stuff like that. To me, the purpose of being in true crime is simply and foremost because you care. It's not about a dollar value. It's first and foremost, which should always be someone's objective, is that money should never be the primary reason for doing something. Now, if that's your greedy cup of tea, then go, then so be it in life. It's not mine. It never will be. Now, if success comes out of being genuine, real, transparent, and honest, I will take that any day over, right? If it comes with it, then so be it. But when you're in true crime, you're not supposed to be here to attack other creators. Let people mind your own business, do your own thing. Hey, if AD wants to write off the Nicola Bulley case with every freaking story underneath the sun and just play on it and milk it till the cows come home, so be it, right? People that will watch him will watch him. They either like his content or you don't watch it. But to get in this whole little drama stuff, I couldn't be asked for that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. We're here to care about cases. We're not here to spend our time constantly. I get people like drama, and stuff like that. But you know what? Again, for me, it's about caring about people and caring about cases. And when you really care about something and are passionate about what you're doing, that will shine through. And those slime balls, cheese balls, whatever you want to call them, turd balls, whatever, those people will shine through. And there's people that are going to watch them. There's people that are going to watch us. We just like to keep it real here. Don't like to feed into the drama of things and just focus on what the primary objective is, which is to bring the focus of cases to light and try to bring the truth out there if you can find it and it exists, and Nicola Bulley, honestly, anyone wants to give their head a shake when it comes to Nicola Bulley's case, like Delphi, because something in this case, which, point A to point B, not too far, turns out to be, wow, I've never seen so many inconsistencies between the reporting, between the police, and then besides the people that want to add more to it that are irrelevant, just even the basic line to try to sit there and figure out, unless you know specifically yourself who these witnesses are. I mean, honestly, we've heard 840 witnesses at the school from Rebecca Smith. We heard 843 before the Iron Bridge, even though it made it sound like it was before. Like how do you genie on a, in a lamp there and land at 843 right near the bench area on the towpath? Impossible. That, however, changes to 847 in the lower field and on the towpath. Then it changes, of course, to 850 or whatever. Then we have a 915, but right from the start, it was like 9. Okay, now you can understand in the start, you start off somewhere, and then, you start getting the timeline a little bit better under control. Ha! We haven't seen that yet. Really? No, absolutely
Not
not.
at all.
Yeah, they want your help up until they don't need your help. That's the gist of it. We're going to ask you about the white Elantra car and the Koberger case, but we're not going to come back and tell you that it was really a 2000 and whatever 11 to 2015 or whatever the heck it was. But we're not going to tell you that anymore because we don't need your help anymore. But thank you. That's
Exactly.
why that offending press conference offended me when that lady come and spoke up and basically, lashed out at the news and whatever. Okay, but when you need the help again, like I said, it's a two-way street there. That you need the news's help. The police need the news to get the information out there, right? It's a two-way street on that, guys. And sorry, Anthony. Whoops, I went blurry. 1 second, Anthony. When you're posting a link, well, it's not that you're posting a link. It's just because you entered something in a quote. Like, Adam, explain that again.
Yeah, what happens sometimes is if you use punctuation and you do not leave a space afterwards, Streamlabs, which is an AI or a bot type assistant there, it reads that as you posting a link. So if you put a period or a comma, just make sure you put a space after it. That's all it means. You didn't do anything wrong. But Streamlabs gets a little bitchy sometimes, so we apologize.
It's like Siri. She's a little bee herself, right? I hate Siri. Changes words on me. Makes me look stupid sometimes.
Right.
I can do that by myself just fine.
Never once have I intentionally wrote the word ducking.
Ducking? I know. Right? Right? Okay, let me just play this, some more of this, and then we'll get off to the video.
And then they
building here, and I thought this is not right. And then there was a conversation, but my wife was trying to ring me, I was trying to ring her. Penny had rung my wife.
Yeah.
To say that she'd fastened the dog up that was.
And Penny was the lady who actually spotted Willow initially,
yes.
And saw the phone, but didn't know what was going on with the phone.
That's right, yes.
Okay, so as we talked about, you guys, this person on Twitter is, oh my God, there was some hysterical stuff on Twitter. I'm not going to lie. I was laughing so hard at what some people post. Like, I lost.
Oh, I mean, it gets to like aliens and, UFO stuff.
It gets a little bit absurd, but anyways. So where's the only place you can safely tie a piece of string to a dog without a harness? It's collar, of course, the one with the dog tag on, with dog names and owner's contact number on, which were never looked at or used. Now, I said this myself personally, and then I heard Gizmo. So I took this as that fact that Penny didn't have a phone, because any person that would see a dog collar that owns a dog knows that on that dog tag you would have a phone number and a name to contact. And so I was thinking, okay, well then Penny must not have a phone, even though the whole arriving thing, like for Penny too. Okay, so you arrived there, and this is where I don't believe the whole appointment thing. So you arrived there to see a phone, but you got to go right away because you have an appointment. So how long were you planning on spending there then? Because it just didn't make sense. You got there, you had to leave for an appointment. This whole, I got Twine with me. And then she calls and then says, don't forget to tie up the dogs to Ron's supposedly, which Ron is supposedly the brother-in-law. But he's not married to Christine Bowman, but he's the brother-in-law to Penny's sister, whatever. But anyways, so how does that make sense? I got some Twine, which, let me just laugh. Like, do you know what I mean? I mean, this goes right from the who called first. Well, it was Paul Ansel, but on Gisela had said that Penny didn't have a phone and that she tried to remember the phone number on the tag, but ended up dialing a few wrong numbers and forgot, and ended up contacting her daughter-in-law, which is Anne Marie Fletcher at the school, and as well as the vet. And obviously, according to what Ron was saying, or what they were saying about Ron, is that contacted Ron. Ron showed up, but Ron just looked at the phone, I suppose, and thought that they went to the bathroom and kept walking on his merry way. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that there's no slip marks. Doesn't make sense that they couldn't find Nicola. Doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. And that's why I'm just going, is this for real? Like, are we on this planet? Anyways, let me just continue playing and then go back.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Adam. Did you want to say something?
Well, no, I was going to answer really quickly. I was going to answer DW Bull says, why would someone wear a Fitbit knowing it wasn't linked? And DW, I know that even if it's not linked, it still records the data so that once it's linked, it will upload all of the data to the app or whatever. So it's not uncommon that someone would wear a Fitbit and then upload all the data later, because it still keeps a record of all of their, their steps and all of the other stuff that it records.
Yeah, but
I hope that answers your question. But
I know, because even when they're talking in the interview, at one moment it sounds like they actually have the Fitbit themselves, the way they're talking, and then obviously they're.
I can't imagine it would come off of her wrist unless the swelling from.
No, right. Yeah. I mean, and why would you wear it if it's not even synced, though? But meaning,
well, it still records the data. It still records the information. It just and then it uploads it to the app once you put it. Once you sync it.
Mm-hmm. Transporter says, "What's the reason? Would Penny have to be there anyway? It's off her caravan site. Doesn't add up." No, nothing adds up, though. I mean, I do believe Penny definitely was there. Wasn't
she walking her dog?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you, Adam. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand this. So if Penny calls, if she had tied up the dog, so how do you just get there, right? So she arrives there through the kissing gates, because that's the path she would have to go as well. So she arrives there. And then all of a sudden goes, oof, I have an appointment to go to. So I'm not sure I believe that appointment thing. I don't know. I don't know what to believe, because there's nothing that's consistent.
Right. And then Becky Smith said they weren't able to get data off the Fitbit. And because it was submerged in water, they probably weren't able to get information off it. But typically, just because it wasn't synced doesn't mean it wouldn't sync once she put it on the charger and synced it. But I'm sure they probably weren't able to get information off of it once it was submerged in water for that many days.
I find out. Sailor Man, you can always, email me if you want, or Adam here. Let me just quickly put up our. Let's see here. Let me take this down for a second. Remove. Okay. Let me remove that for a second. Nope, I don't want to remove that. I want to come back and remove the comment so you guys can see. Okay, there we go. So at the bottom here is, acrimeandshame@gmail.com. So if there is anyone that feels like that they have some very valid information, more stuff that can be, that's out there for the public to see, and not saying to send me speculation stuff and stuff like that, please. It's more about if you have some information, in a sense that's more verifiable, that's something that you came across, that you want me to look at, please feel free to send it to acrimeandshame@gmail.com. Or if you like Adam more for some reason, I don't know why, princess, but truecrimeaspen@gmail.com as well. And don't forget, you guys, True Crime Aspen, okay, Aspen Connor, that's his channel as well. He's definitely, like, me and him are course partners here on the It's Crime and Shame channel, but he has his own channel as well called Aspen Connor. Okay, just the way it's Aspen and then Connor, just like his thing says there. So obviously check that out. And as well, of course, Crime Scene to Courtroom, if you don't know who that is. But okay, so let me go back to this. So if anyone does say, you don't have to, but if you want to, and just so you know, we are very, very okay. There's channels out there that are slimy sleazeballs that you'll give them information and they've asked you not to put it out there, we do not do that. If you want anonymity or whatever you want to call it, anonymity or whatever that word is. Anyways, we always respect that, please. Okay, I am a person of my word. If you don't have your word, you have nothing. Okay, so just know that if somebody wants to send private information, feel free. It will never get shared between somebody else. We don't work like that. We don't.
And there are people in the chat right now that can attest to that as well.
Absolutely. It's about having, your high standards within yourself. You can't get people to trust you, if you take away that trust. And that includes in my real life as well. The minute you betray me, the minute you try to backstab me, the minute you try to do anything, in a sense like that is the minute I will disown you, because I just don't put up with that crap. Either you're a person of your word, and we all make mistakes sometimes, but, like I said, I like someone that's just transparent, truthful, and honest, and keeps their word, and not trying to get the clicks and views just because it's feeding their bank account. Okay, so it's just all about integrity. But anyways, okay, let me go back to add to stream and an old article that was quoting Nicola's mom. I saw T-Rev turn over WSU Kim. Oh, yeah. I remember.
Up on this side, someone actually did spot Nicola. A witness spotted Nicola with her dog Willow. They actually then, police spoke to that witness to get more information. They put out a picture of the witness. They got in touch with the witness. They spoke to them.
Again, right? He also does, you guys, which I didn't play in this part, where he says that according to the police, she was adjacent in the upper field, adjacent. So basically that same path that she's on right now, that she was adjacent, means she was straight up that path. But at the end of the day, you're talking to the family, you're talking to the friends, and then you can't even get this right, because this is Christine Bowman and she didn't see anything. So how can you create a timeline with nothing and then say that they put her, put her picture out there and she was one of the witnesses? She wasn't a witness. She already said she wasn't a witness. So who's right, who's wrong? I don't know. At first, I used to think that she was the one with the fluffy white dog, to be honest with you, in the upper field. So is she? So honestly, is she? But I don't know, because there's nothing that's accurate about what's out there. I don't even know. Just honestly, that's what I'm talking about. It's such a mind meld. It's not even funny. You got some brilliant minds in here, that are sitting there. You're trying to lay down some sort of truth to the timeline or who the witness was. And you can't even do that because it's so convoluted with misinformation. I'd let it go. And like I said, so if we go here to, about the jacket, the long one. And then you have Rebecca Smith that says, and this is neither here nor there. So she says, to the ankles, and Sally Riley says to the knee. Okay, you know what? Honest mistake in a sense, because Rebecca Smith clearly didn't know her facts, when she was doing the press conference. But anyway, so this one says ankle length, which we know was knee, more of the knee. The black waist length thing, the tight fitting black jeans. Can't just be black jeans, you guys. Had to be tight fitting black jeans. Long green walking socks, ankle length wellies, a necklace. Okay, that's where it says the necklace, Adam, and a pale blue Fitbit. So we all know that Sky News was just reporting on a scarf and a hat, but yet in the video footage, you guys, okay, right? Where's that? So hold on. I mean, it's not to say that she couldn't have put it on when she went out for her walk with the dog, and that somebody did see her and said all of a sudden she was wrapped up in a scarf and a hat. Because again, if you're saying that you've talked to the family and friends and got information, even though you seem to, maybe their information is more correct than it's not. And it's just a fact of what the police have said. Because again, that could be plausible. Anyways, so video file. So let's go to, is it this one? No, it's this one here. Okay. Hey everyone, this is Sunny Justice with It's a Criming Shame. So, a few moments ago, I put out a video. Okay, so I had recorded this. So forgive me, but let me take down this first of all, this thing now, so we don't have to look at that. So I had recorded this, and maybe I should have just taken off the volume, but I can't really do that, I suppose. I don't think I can do that here, can I? Oh, I guess I can turn it down. Adam, you can still hear me right now, right? Adam? Hello? Adam? 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 Can you guys hear me in chat right now? Just type yes. Hello? I said that. Who said what? Okay, thank you. So obviously it's just Adam probably took off somewhere and he did. Okay, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, you're lying. Okay, so let me just play this out. There we go. Thank you for subscribing, all sorts. Okay, let me just play this out. And again, just watch it as I show it. Okay, guys?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, you guys. So this is where, honestly, let me just go back for a sec. Okay. It was just, I seen somebody on Twitter have this video and they used, coloring imaging to kind of show something, but it made me want to go look at it myself. And I just thought to myself, well, that's strange. It almost looks like it goes from a ponytail to pigtails, but so I'm just showing it to you guys. Simple as that. Okay. Like when you see, like there's something weird. So let's start back here again. Okay. Ponytail. But so just watch, that area near her, ears and whatever ponytail. It's just like there's something weird. I don't know. Hold on. It's almost like she morphs into pigtails, or I don't even know. Did you see Paul's ears? Okay, somebody's talking about Paul's ears. Okay, hold on. Let me go back here then. What is it about Paul's ears? Well, the video is not too bad, actually, William, but, the closer you bring it in, the more distorted something gets usually. So what about Paul's ears? Let's take a look at Paul's ears. Oh, yeah, what the heck is that? Hold on. What is that? What does he have in his hand? Is that like a dog ball thing? Is that like where you is that one of those toss ball things where you put a ball thing in it? Like what the heck is that? Adam, do you see what I'm talking about on Paul's ear that somebody's talking about? What the heck is that?
Weird.
Yeah. Wait, is it part of his beard? What the frick?
Or is it his haircut? Is it just shaved really close around his ears there?
No, but look at it.
No, I see it. It's weird.
It is weird. Huh.
It doesn't look weird there. It just looks weird in certain angles.
Yeah, it looks like either he has Dumbo ears going on there. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I'll just play it through. Here, let me just play it through again. And you guys, just play it through. And then I just want, what do you guys think of this video? Obviously, this video has been out and I've played it before, but I never truly looked at her getting into the car besides where the water bottle was. So, and this is where I do a close-up more so. The exhaust marks from the white car, they appear. See, it's like these flappy freaking pony or pigtails. Something that's weird. I think I got the picture going there for a bit because I was trying to get the best shot that I could. So let me just get by that part. Get back to the video part. Slow-mo here, guys. Can't take my mind off of Paul's ear right now, to be honest. That whole space. Something's strange. See, and then it's like these little pigtails fly out. Adam, do you see what I'm kind of saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like here we have, and then I thought, okay, well maybe it's flappy hair on the side of her face, but then whoops. But then she doesn't have really, I don't think, hair from what I can see hanging down on the sides. It was just like it was pulled back. There was a better view than that, but.
Well, I mean, to be fair too, CCTV footage, is notorious for, giving some distortions and stuff. And like, as I saw it progress there with her ponytail, it could just be the color of blonde magnifying. Because I don't know if anyone that has highlights, it's common that your hair gets blonder the longer down it goes. But it does look really white right there, like that big glare of white.
Now that I understand.
Even there, it's kind of consistent on the side there in the ponytail. You see how white it looks right above the ponytail? And like black underneath almost. And then it looks like there's a big white splotch where her ear should be and on her jacket.
Tommy, hey Tommy, how are you? And
Could those be earbuds maybe?
Well, that's what I was wondering. I don't feel like
Does
we're
she have AirPods?
Okay. Well, I was wondering that myself. And I don't think I'm grasping at straws. I'm just simply showing a video and people can decipher it from what they want. I happen to see it on Twitter and someone pointed it out. I wanted to go back and look at it because I love to do that stuff.
Right.
And
I don't think you're making any definitive statement in what you're just asking questions while you're watching it. Like everyone, probably the 246 people in the chat also are probably curious as to, hey, what is that?
At the end of the day, again, people can make of it what they want or don't want. Doesn't matter. We each have our own right to have our opinions. That's the bottom line. If you feel like we're grasping at straws, go right ahead and think that. I don't feel we are. We're just simply trying to show the video, look at it. And then, obviously you can understand that it's a video. It's been probably regurgitated a few times, obviously, from the original Ring doorbell and whatever. And you take that with a grain of salt. But it doesn't mean you can't stop from looking at it and question it and look at, because, obviously, like his hair and that ear, it looks funny when you're looking at the video. Doesn't mean it's not Paul. Doesn't mean he has freaking Dumbo ears. Just something looks weird. And with Nicola Bulley, when she's getting into this car, there is something that happens where it looks like she goes from ponytail to pigtails.
Right.
Like, right.
And Tony, exactly. That's right. Yes. I've always thought it's clearly a puffer jacket.
Yeah. And as for, I can't remember. There was somebody that said something about the exhaust or whatever. I can't
Oh yeah, on the
remember.
white vehicle, you see the
Yeah.
you see the exhaust marks. So was
Yeah,
that car
yeah.
recently driven?
Oh, like little puddle marks there. And
Yeah.
but I just want to clear something up for anyone that doesn't realize this. This vehicle here, I remember when somebody showed it because they'd cut it off here, and it truly looked like this vehicle had went forward and then was facing the garage the other way. But that's only because when you cut off the top of the vehicle, it actually does look like it's facing a different direction. But when you're truly looking at this video, there's no sleight of hand on that car. That car was facing, meaning the neighbor's car. Okay, guys, the neighbor's car up in the right hand corner there was facing that way the whole time. I'm sure, so people thought that this video was like, maybe cut and chopped and stuff like that. No, I mean, you can usually tell when there's too much jumping around in a video, a slight little
Yeah.
movement there. But anyways, that's my personal thoughts. That vehicle was facing that way the whole entire time. But if you cut off the top, it totally looked like it was parked the other way. So if you know what I mean, a picture can say 1,000 words, but yet still not be accurate. Just because of the deception of how it came across and people were pointing it out. But if they showed the full picture, they would realize that that vehicle was facing the same way. So yeah, I mean, I don't honestly, besides playing this video, I'm going to take a look at it just a bit more myself. I like doing stuff like that, and I know when you do bring it in closer, it seems a little, more, it definitely gets more pixelated, but not more pixelated than a picture. A video is way easier to try to look at than for a creator than a picture, and trying to bring that in closer. Oops, that's just me on whatever. But it's those little, it's how her hair, that's what bugged me. It was just the hair. It's like, there's the ponytail, and then all of a sudden these little wings come flying out. So I don't know. And then like I said, and then you got the whole thing with the hat and the scarf. So is that true? Is it not true? I don't know. Not right. Exactly, transporter. Okay. So I'm just gonna bring this back over to chat, you guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna bring this back over to you guys in chat. As we're in this live. And again, if you haven't hit the like button, if you guys could do that for us, that would be amazing. And again, thank you for the couple super chats at the start of this, and thank you to the subscribers that have subscribed. Again, I got more videos to make. There's just too much, especially when it comes to the whole Ron thing and Penny. I don't know either. Well, no, I do know, because I sit there and I sift through all the information. So
Right.
I mean, even though I've listened to the first press conference by Sally Riley, and I didn't specifically hear that, so I must have tuned out at that part, because that's when originally they thought that she walked to school, that she walked from Inskip. Really? But I know that that was obviously changed, but just the fact that it was out there that she walked that entire distance. Good walk. Um, There is no frost on the grass. Well, there actually, Linda, was no frost that day. Like, meaning there is news footage where they're showing it a few days later when there is frost on the ground. But there truly wasn't frost that day that Nicola Bulley went missing. Like, not like it was showing on that video that one of the news stations put out, anyways. And I know people keep saying that about the frost and stuff like that. But, I guess it's just one of those things, right? I just go through the information. I sift through it online. It's the best I can do. I wish I was right there, right there. I'd be, knocking on everyone's door going, want to talk to me? Want to talk to me? You know? And play like I'm a dumb Canadian. Don't know nothing. Hey, Penny, how are you? Oh, just, troll. Her grandson has a nasty mouth, doesn't he? I think that was her grandson in that video with Curtis Media. So I think what you see in her ponytail being pushed to the side with a headrest. Honestly, I don't know. I just think it looks weird, whatever it is. As she's getting into the vehicle, it's like these two pony pigtails. It's like the pony. I don't know. It's not like I'm saying that it's Emma or not Emma or something like that. It's just I came to look at it. I saw it on Twitter last night. Someone was pointing out how like in the when it was using the color, changing it up to the color scheme, which I do a lot with photos as well. When I'm trying to look for certain things, I look for the outlines of actual objects and stuff like that. So it just made me want to go,
Right.
Never ever looked at Paul's ear over there though. I don't know what was going on with that. Definitely, it was looking odd, whatever it was. For a second there, I thought he was holding one of those dog ball things that you throw in his hand as he was, bending down or whatever. This was put out to say that this was the morning. What was it? Right. Well, right. It was put out to say that, I guess it just really depends, DW Bro, what your own thoughts are. If someone wants to believe that this video is from a different day and they changed the time, that's your God-given right to do that.
The only thing that ever keeps me from the whole, like, it didn't happen that day, so, she wasn't there thing is always, and I've said this a million times, but it's the girls. They're too old to count on going along with a lie. They would have cracked under questioning. I don't see two girls that have just lost their mother going along with a narrative that they were told to say if it's not true. They know their mom dropped them off at school that day.
Yeah.
After that, I have no idea what happened.
Yeah. Tony's saying, Sonny, please go back to the... Hold on a second. So you want to go to that? Oops. Where am I here? It was obviously meant to go back to this part. That's exactly who we're talking about today. And again, so Tony says, Sonny, please go back to the description of her clothing, then show the woman in the clip was wearing. Tony? Wait, that's over here. Tony? Come back to our planet. It's not the same stuff. She's wearing a red jacket.
Right. He's saying it says it's an ankle-length black quilted jacket, but in the video we just watched, it was clearly a knee length. That's what he's referring to.
Yeah, but
no, it was early. I can reference. It was early on said that when they released the still footage of her from the CCTV, that it looked navy, but that's common. It was it was black. But no, I agree. They do say here ankle length, and the jacket that we just saw in that footage was clearly knee length.
Well,
but the blue versus black doesn't bother me at all. That's just a camera thing.
Yeah, the thing is, I can go back to the press conferences where they're saying the word lead, then they're saying harness, harness and lead in the same sentence. Then next thing you know, they leave out the word lead and they use the word harness. And,
it's another discrepancy.
It's another discrepancy that a lot of people. But if you I've listened to all the 4 press conferences, and like I said, Sally Riley is talking about the lead and harness as one, and then later it came out, I think on Gizla again, that she said that the lead was with the harness, meaning it was one, it was attached to the other. Is what I believe what was said. But in the press conferences, they do talk about the lead and the harness, and then they'll separate it and just talk about the harness. And then people are like, well, what happened about the lead? I'm more curious about where Penny got some sort of twine, and that somebody just was going to take their dog for a walk and had some twine on them. That doesn't make sense. And why would Penny then tell her sister, which is Ron's wife, to tie up the dog? I usually don't carry twine on me when I'm going for a walk. Well, I don't have a dog really anymore, but
Got it on me right now, Sonny.
yeah, I just, again, it just really becomes about taking all of the either fictional or truth out there and trying to come across your own narrative of what you feel happened or what didn't happen, what didn't happen. But when I look at, I'm going to take that down for a second and share. Hold on. I'm going to go into, that was when I was just playing with that. But let me go back into my, did I share that actually? Yeah, I think I'm showing that. 1 second, guys. Why take the harness off? Well, I mean, they said that was a typical thing, and I can understand that. I mean, there's a dog park right up the road there, and even though it says keep your dog on a leash, people take their dogs off their leash and let the dog run, and then they're like, oh, I'm sorry, and get over here, Grover, whatever. That is Nicola, 100%. The sucked-in cheek fits the description. She was suffering from alcohol issues. It's just no one wants to believe that. Well, for me, I again, whichever way it turns out to be, Mr. Smith, I just want the truth. I don't care which it is. But the reason I'm brought this up here is because I just really wanted to go into into these pictures right here. Oh, here, hold on. These ones right here. Okay, so that's them. Like they're saying that there's nothing to show that she slipped. Like I get the fact that this is, decently steep, but nothing where you think that somebody wouldn't, like, how do you just go into the water, leave no trace of yourself whatsoever? Like what are, like, it's kind of like playing the lottery. What are the chances that everything, and it could have happened, you guys, but that everything perfectly was a perfect storm, that Nicola Bulley has her phone on the bench, Willow is trying to get over the stile or whatever, and that Nicola left no markings whatsoever, no piece of clothing floated up. If she was wearing a hat or a scarf, if that is true, and that they truly said, hey, look, she had a hat on, a scarf, she could have got out of her vehicle and put on the hat, even if she didn't have it that day. But so, and why? You guys answer me this as well, like I said, right, Adam? Adam, why did they keep saying they want to know what happened to Nicola between 9:10 to 9:20?
Exactly.
And why didn't they say till 9:33, like up until that time frame? No scream, no big dog, no dog barking, blah blah blah. Like what? Like,
if she would, like I said, I keep going back to, if she went into that water, whether it was by accident or by her own doing, by the bench, that essentially gave a 13-minute window for her water resistant puffer jacket, whether it be knee length or ankle length, to be completely submerged in water and not resurface again for how many days? I don't buy it. It didn't happen in 13 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
And Willow had no verbal reaction to her being submerged under the water. If she went in that spot, it didn't happen, in my opinion. But it's a matter of where she went into the water, how she got into the water, and how long she was in the water are the questions that matter the most to me. And I just want to know if we're going to get those answers in the inquest.
Yeah. So sorry, let me take this down there. And again, thank you guys for the subscribers that are going off and people that are watching this live. Again, if you could give this video a like and a share, then it hits traction out there in the algorithm, and it helps us out. Simple as that, and it's just, would be nice if you guys could. Simple as that. But anyways, Yeah, I don't get it. You know, all these things that didn't happen in a sense, like she fell, but she didn't leave a slip mark. She fell, but she's not in the water, even though it's only a 2 foot drop there. She fell, but nothing floated to the top for clothing or got snagged on. They searched it. Like Peter Foley says, it was cleared, right? It was cleared. She wasn't in there, right? And then and he even made the comment like you could see all the marks and all the rocks and all the branches. It was like clear, and like meaning even down the river wire there. So
I agree,
you know, and
transporter.
and then if she went at the bench, Willow would have followed by the river or along the bank. Okay, so I
Spaniel.
remember.
Anyone that knows a spaniel knows how spaniels react. I get some dogs are different, but breeds of dogs
Right.
can sometimes be predictable, and
Well,
spaniel,
well, I was, you know what, Adam, oh, sorry, guys. I was just messaging my husband to see if he was on his way back, just to let him know I was hungry. Anyways, because I'm a princess sometimes too. But
always.
anyways, I'm so glad that John is going to be going down there tomorrow, and he's going to take your suggestions of what you guys want him to take footage of, because this is, I like to consider myself a pretty bright lady, um, who's very intuitive to go with that. Okay. I mean, I didn't fall off the dump truck or anything like that. I didn't bounce as a kid and hit my head. I'm a pretty sane, level headed person that just likes to, laugh and joke around as well. But I sit there with such confusion, and you have tons of smart people in chat, that can put two and two together. There's some that 2 + 1 = 4, but whatever. Some of those people always, but you know, it's it's just nothing. Like nothing shows, nothing says that she fell in there. Like no marking, no nothing. And then you got this weird ass timeline that doesn't make sense, because something that would be simple. You got all these witnesses, right? When Rebecca Smith, we got tons of witnesses. I don't know.
Always
Seems like
tons of witnesses.
let's go over all those witnesses that didn't see nothing. Apparently, Fluffy White Dog didn't see anything. Apparently, Woman in Red didn't see anything. Apparently, Pram Lady didn't see anything. What do you mean,
Right.
all these witnesses? Whatever happened to the people that were laughing, that said she was laughing and joking? That timeline
Willow
just went.
wouldn't leave Paul's side during the interview that Willow was in. I mean, other than to go by the interviewer, but I mean, clearly Willow is attentive to her owners.
Anthony, what are you talking about? What links? You keep saying this. Do I keep saying links? And if I do, what are you referring to?
Where's it?
Right there. I'm just kind of curious because if
Oh,
I'm saying links, if I'm
Is it a
saying links,
cultural comment thing? You keep saying what links? If they'll go to these links, I think as you say, if they'll go to these links, it means if you'll take it to this level of I don't know how would you explain that?
you talking about when I'm talking about the media links?
Like when you say these links, yeah, they'll go to these links.
Well, when I'm talking about links, I'm talking about all the different links to the media sources and stuff like that. I think that's what I was referring to when I was talking. I'd have to go back and listen to what I said there. But usually when I'm referring to links, I mean, I'm pretty sure I wasn't talking about links of this and that. It would have been to the media links that I go, like meaning like anybody else can do. I dig for the information. I go to all the different links, look for the information, and nothing seems to. I think that's what I was saying, and that just nothing makes sense. I mean, okay, right? How many of you guys in here, just out of curiosity, 233 people watching right now, okay? How many people believe that Nicola's parents were babysitting the kids at their home? So one, if you believe that Nicola's parents were babysitting the kids at their home, or two, if you believe that they were babysitting the kids at Nicola's home that day on the Thursday, the day before.
And Anthony, to answer your question, because I see now what happened. Sometimes when you put a punctuation, like a comma or a period, if you don't put a space after it, Streamlabs thinks that you are putting a link to something in a chat, and they'll delete your message. So we don't control that. So don't think you've done anything wrong. But they're looking at it as, oh, they're trying to post a link, and so they delete the message. But that's all we mean by that.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Anthony.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Right. It's just Streamlabs. The Streamlabs is a very useful tool for providing links. But yeah, if somebody enters something wrong. So, okay. So most people believe that Nicola Bulley's kids were being babysat at their home and not Nicola's home. Okay, but yet if you go read the article, you guys, and I'd have to find it again. I had it up here the other day, and they're having a talk with Ernie, and it was a big conversation. He said, no, they were babysitting the kids at Nicola's home, and I heard my husband come in, and that she asked if they could stay longer because she had a very important conference call with her boss. So, again, but it's
and
up
that
to
was
you.
And that was the night before?
That was the night before.
So when did she drive to meet her boss?
That night, Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. So Thursday night she asked or whatever if they could stay longer because she had, an important whatever talk or whatever it was with her boss. So that's what it says in this article when they're going through the whole Ernie discussion of the thing. And I've seen it in two spots where it says that he was babysitting, that they were looking after them at Nicola's home and not their home. Now,
Sarah, thank you. I agree.
There's no right. And that's just it, Sarah. That's exactly what I was going to say. Because now that I keep looking at everything and I see so many inconsistencies, honestly, I don't know. Yeah, it was a Zoom call. It was a Zoom
that's
call.
what I thought. So when did she drive to see her boss? Didn't she drive at one point to see her boss? Or am I making that up completely? Well, I might be making it up.
What I feel like I heard that she had dinner, that she had met her boss.
Yeah, and it was like an hour away.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. And I thought it was a Zoom call. Well, I mean, there was the call in the morning. That was the team call.
Why am I recalling that she drove an hour to meet her boss for dinner?
I know, right? It's like a muddled mess. The boss needs talking to, because, but
I don't agree with what Claire.
I hate it when something's so simple as a timeline is hard to figure out. What? Can you?
Someone said he drove miles. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize, Sonny.
No. Rob, you can only add 3 things to it. You can put it in here, what you want for John to see if you're talking about, because let me go to that poll, to be honest with you. Now, the poll was simply just to put what you wanted John to record while he's down there at St. Michael's on the wire. The school walk, 46% said yes. Over the style area, 27%. And I said, let us know in chat. So if there's something that you wanted to put there, Rob, then just put it in chat, or put it in a comment at the end of this video when you can put a comment, or just put it in chat right now. So you can just say it. And the morning clip looked like a drain pipe on the left. Right. At the one moment. A drain pipe, right. You clicked off of it, Adam? Or no, there it is. On the left, one moment, you see it more of it than less. Yeah, I know exactly what the drain pipe is you're talking about. Yeah. I'd heard of Foster of a long. I know. But this is what I'm saying. Even like I said, probably the most brightest bulb out there, which is not going to be me, but when it comes to looking and thinking, Like I said, I like to, look at all angles and just go. And I'm sitting there yesterday again going, you know what? I'm sitting here making these videos of all the inconsistencies, and I can still keep going on. And then I'm thinking to myself, it doesn't matter how much information I put together. You don't even know what the truth is at all.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't matter if it's about the kids being babysat at her house or their house, or if it's about that Nicola went into the river there or not there, or if that Penny was there, wasn't there, or if the lady in red actually was somebody that blah, blah, blah. Because everything contradicts itself in a circle. I mean, like I said, you guys, we start off with Rebecca Smith saying that some parents had spoke to Nicola that morning as she stumbles over her words. You got Sally Riley saying 8:43 prior to the iron bridge, the first witness. Well, how could the first witness, if the first witness was at the school? Why is there no CCTV cameras? Why did Rebecca Smith talk about the Rowan water cameras? And then she was talking about how they can see the gate in the front of the site and the entrance. Why didn't she say out publicly that the second one, even if it was a privately owned camera, why didn't she say that, correct, there was a camera working? Because it was all over, in the media about it. And the friend of Nicola provided Gisla with that picture, right?
Yeah.
Of that. So, why
also it says in the chat, I'll never understand why the area wasn't shut down for 24 hours at Armanda's.
Oh.
My understanding, it wasn't shut down for 4 days, was it?
Shoot. No. Well,
it is utter madness. Everything about this case, from the Lakeshore Police, to me, is utter madness.
Yeah.
Especially their arrogance, most and foremost.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and then after the fact, they're finger pointing at everybody else like craziness. But anyways,
Right. So word for that, isn't it? Projection.
Yeah, right. Or how about we effed up? We screwed up royally. Hey, there's a good one. You guys see that pun right there? We screwed up royally. British. Come on, laugh.
I see what you did there.
I see. You see that? That was a nice pun there. Thank you very much. Okay, now here is okay. So Nicola's friend, one of Nicola's friends, sent this into Gisla. Again, and so this was what they were showing, that the green meant that, of course, that camera was working, but the red one, and it was reported all over the news, you guys, right? That the red one where you would see Nicola, and that would be, say, correct, possibly to the Inwin guy from the Sly News or whatever, saying that Inwin, or whatever his name was, that that she was adjacent, meaning that she was on the path of the upper field and was adjacent, supposedly, when the first witness saw her. Now, and I notice even people get this mixed up too, right? And they say, well, I thought that the person at 9:10 left the field. But that's not really how it's portrayed. It says that the last person to see Nicola was at 9:10 in the upper field. In the upper field. But yet a lot of people think that the witness at 9:10 was already at the kissing gates. But my thing was this, that if you say Nicola's here, right down here, and the witness is whatever over here, something like that, perhaps they recognize her, even if she is a distance away, but perhaps they recognize her, they know who she is, because remember what Paul says and what everyone says, everyone knows everyone. If you are somebody that is a stranger, we will know, because everyone knows everyone. Doesn't mean they know their names on a first-hand basis, but everyone knows everyone because of their dog and seeing them and stuff like that. But my thing is this. So they're specifically saying from 9:10 to 9:20 that they're looking for that timeline, that's the timeline that they're looking for, that they're interested in. And I'm like, well, I don't get it, first of all, because why would you say 9:10 to 9:20 when the phone's on the bench? What about the other 13 minutes that you're saying until a witness came along, again, hence the fact of what, no screaming, no dog barking, all this stuff. And honestly, do you guys honestly believe that from 9:33 to 10:50 or whatever it was, that that those people supposedly maybe came back in that area, or returned, because they used the word eventually return back. You telling me that nobody else came across that phone from that time that's going to a dog park, and that entire time that nobody else did? I call bull. I call crap on that. Bull crap. All right. Right, Adam? What's the chances somebody's going to
Oh,
leave a
exactly.
dog and a phone from 9:30? So let's just say for another 5 minutes. Let's give the benefit of the doubt, say 9:40. 9:40 to like 10 o'clock, 10:50 or whatever area, 10:40 area. You're just going to leave a dog and a phone on the bench, that nobody else is going to come across it and possibly steal it or whatever, and that there's no other dog walkers that are going to come in. Now, Paul does say that when he got there, that there was the person that had Willow, and that there was a few other dog walkers as well. Uses the word
Right.
few means three. So I'm guessing that there's probably 4, 5, whatever at this point, 6 perhaps. Who knows? But anyways, bottom line is, if Nicola's down here, let's just say she is on that path at this point, and then the person sees her in the upper field at 9:10. She was spotted in the upper field or whatever at 9:10, whatever. I mean, this person still has to walk his way out, because they already said, and again, whether we believe this to be true or not, but they already said we have CCTV footage which shows that nobody entered or left through that gate. Okay? So that's what they said. I'm a little drunk and I need you now.
Amalthea Super Chat. £1.99. Thank you.
Hey, Amalthea, thank you. And actually, I think Streamlabs said your name better than I was going to butcher it. Amalthea.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
I was like,
Streamlabs.
good on you, Streamlabs. Oh, there we are.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
right
much,
there.
Almathea.
Yeah. Tip my hat. Thank you very much. Cheers. So I haven't been watching chat because I was on the other program where I could let you guys see where my pointer was here. But to me, the person would have had to still leave. This person didn't get on a genie carpet and just fly off and away the person went. They still had to be there at 9:10, you would think, considering the person in the lower field supposedly interacted, their dogs interacted, and then that person left through the gate, right? That's what they said. Person in the upper field was the last person they believe that would have spotted Nicola at 9:10 in the upper field. So that's where it came about for a long time, about the fluffy, wuffy white dog, but we don't even know that that's the guy, which his name is like, starts with K, you guys. KB is his initials on that one. Not going to fully out say it, but you guys can find it out there. Yeah, it's out there. Okay. But and then just like Ron's name, if anyone, okay, you guys, this one's driving me crazy. What's Ron's name? What's Ron's name? What is Ron's name? Does anybody know it in here in this
You
chat
know
right
Ron's
now?
name.
What is it? I don't know that it's Michael Bowman. It doesn't look like it looks so much like him, but then by the same token, it doesn't.
I don't know.
Who's Penny? What's Penny's sister's name? Does anybody know what Penny's sister's name is? Because you see, you guys over here in Canada, but in the US, I use US programs. I can look up anyone, okay, and pretty much get results. In the UK, I'm not in the UK. I sit there to find such information from you guys is so hard, unless you literally live in the area and know these people yourselves. Does anybody, email me? Logan. Well, the thing is that just me 23. I mean, I have looked at Michael Bowman. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I remember Gisela putting out something. She's like, I remember Gisela on one of her lives or something like that saying, they kept saying something like, quit saying that this person is married to, I think it was Christine Bowman, because that's not true or something like that. And I can't remember what exactly it said, but I remember Gisela put that out there because a family member had called and said, no, that person's not married to, I think, Christine Bowman. And so then in my head, I'm like, okay, Who is Penny's sister? I can't even find that out. I'm trying so hard. Here, I'd be able to find that
They've
out no
got
problem.
so much locked down.
Yeah. If anyone does know, A Crime and Shame, like Canada A, but not that ABC, at crimeandshame@gmail.com. If anybody knows, either Penny's sister's name, full and last name, because it's obviously not Fletcher, because Perry was married with the last name Fletcher, so whatever her sister's name is. And it's so crazy because Anne Marie Fletcher is on the council or whatever of the school, you know, so obviously when she was called Tink Tink. Oh,
Hey, Deb. Hey, Chaotic.
Tink Tink. Do you have a big Tink Tink? 1, 2, 3. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you, Tink Tink. 1, 2, 3. Couldn't help it. Just came to my mind.
What time is it in the UK now? Sorry.
Oh, 3. So
11.
it's 8. It's 11 o'clock. Do you guys know where your kids are? I saw a photo today of PA with a new puppy.
Horrible
Really?
thought.
Really, Derek? Hey, really? Cool. You want to send it to me? acrimeandshame@gmail.com?
Yeah. Come on, Derek.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good name, Derek Morris. That's a good name.
Yeah. Why do you say it's a good name, though?
No, I like the name. It's a good, strong name.
Let's see. Let's look at the. Do we like the face too? Oh,
I
hi there.
couldn't see,
Yeah,
I couldn't see the face. I was just, it's a good name.
There's Claire.
Hey, Claire.
There's Claire. That's the one that let me know who all the fluffy white dog is. Thank you again for that, Claire. You know, even though I don't know that that's the person at the witness now, right? Oh, because let me show you that quickly. Let me find that again. So, so all I got to say about that, why didn't they, you know what do we say about this whole thing? Whatever. It's just, honestly, your head just spins. You try to map it together and piece it together. And I literally sit there just stumped going, every time I find this, then you see something that takes away from that. And
Right. Yeah, because people are saying that picture was actually Willow as a puppy being trained by Paul, or being trained with Paul.
Okay. So shout out to Gisela at Grizzly True Crime, of course, because she had posted this. Yep. So this is what, okay. And again, if you guys want to go by the fact that she was talking with family members as well, not just Sly News or whatever, you guys. Hi from New York. Hi, Sarah with A. I think Sarah with A. Well, this is Sunny with A. Okay. Sunny with A. Oh, okay, got it. I'm wrong, guys. What's he wrong about? What are you wrong about?
The spaniel, the puppy.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're allowed to be wrong once. No, I'm just kidding.
I was just getting ready to say once. No,
You had one job, Derek. One job. Okay.
Not such a good name anymore.
Yeah, where's that boot button? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let me bring this on screen bigger so you guys can see that. So person 1, female dog walker, sees Nicola at 8:47 Lowerfield. Person 2, female dog walker, sees Nicola at 9:10 a.m. Okay, so person 3, elderly man with white fluffy dog, sees caravan park lady tying Willow up. Says about 3 people in the field that day. Okay. So I guess when he was there, that he saw 3 people in the field that day with Penny tying the dog up, perhaps. So this guy didn't see anything, because if Penny's tying a dog up, then fluffy white dude becomes irrelevant in a sense. Right? For the most part, not fully, but whatever. So then you have second and third. So daughter-in-law to Penny. So 2 is Penny, 3 is daughter-in-law, Anne Marie Fletcher. The sister is Penny's sister, which is married to brother-in-law Ron, which is the guy that's, wiping his mouth. Oh, excuse me, as I do. Doesn't it? Okay, every time I watch that, you guys, just taking a piss now, but oh, excuse me for a second. Excuse me. All I'm picturing is like snot flying there. Ooh, excuse me for a second. Anyways, that was my bad for a second. But anyway, so you're gonna probably have to consider a Gizla to be a good source of information, but for the fact that she's talking to family members and that she was given the video from Paul for the the ring camera or whatever, okay? Doesn't mean you have to. It just means looking objectively at it, okay, does this make sense? Well, we already know that pretty much everyone's family over there. So who is the first person that sees Nicola that day? Christine Bowman was said to have been related, but I don't know about that because I think people thought that Christine Bowman was the sister. But I think that's where I think that someone said to Ghislaine, like, no, that's wrong. Do you guys remember that? I don't know. Let's go back to what you guys were saying. Anthony Cook, I've wondered about that also. Does the dog go to the water's edge looking for Nicola? Right? Well, again, you got different things being said. You got 4 different things being said. Dog was between the river and the bench. Dog was between the kissing gate and the bench. And dog was between the field, the bench, and the river. And then the dog was going over the stile because the old guy said, no, that's not true. What happened is the dog was trying to get over the stile. Now, that's where I think I was going to say that before. So Gizla had said that they had took Willow over there, and it took him a few tries, but Willow eventually got over the stile. So just to see if Willow, could follow if Nicola had gone that way. So eventually, Willow could, but it took a few tries. I still think the man. Well, I'm going to show something different, Carol, in another video that would make you understand that possibly then it is not the man with the white fluffy dog. What a brain squeeze, eh? You guys?
Right?
And it's fine. We'll wait. We'll wait patiently, see what happens with the inquest. See what answers we hear. Until then, it's one of those things that you can't. No one's going to shut me up from talking about the Nicola Bulley case.
Right. Hi, Wendy.
Oh, hey, Wendy. Damalama, dramalama, ding dong. It looks like the Brady Bunch. I know, right? Here's a story of a lovely lady who's no longer on this earth. Poor thing. Nicola Bulley. Such a sad.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the thing that keeps crossing my mind are those 2 little girls. I mean, however Nicola left this earth is sad enough, but then to think about those 2 little girls have to grow up without their mom and their father under suspicion, and who knows what their day-to-day life is like. And I'm so sad for them.
I was reading something yesterday, actually, or maybe it was in the early hours of this morning. I don't know, you guys, my time just goes wherever. And it said that the girls, still think that their mom is lost. Yeah. Now, this was earlier on. I'm sure they've comprehended now that their mommy is up in heaven. People who are giving here say. What'd you say earlier, Sarah? I'm not sure what you said, but Sarah, I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what you were saying. I'm not sure what your comment was before that one, Sarah. But anyway, my heart was just breaks. That it's no, you guys. I really, while I have 245 people's attention, please help me on this next one, okay? Please. I need you guys, please, to help me when I put out the next video. Please, I don't care, just watch it. If you don't watch it, just please share it. I really want to help that mom out with Reese Roger in Scotland. It's virtually the same scenario, but Nicola Bulley's has an ending. I couldn't imagine. My heart's breaking for this lady because same thing. Her husband goes camping with friends. They think he goes back, into the thing. She's talking to him all day. The last phone call, he calls and she's at work and he's saying he just wanted to check if she was fine, and then the phone turns off. And his name is Reese Roger, and her name is Paula Erzy. And they have 2 boys, 2 small children, age 4 and 1, I think it was. And it's like, you don't know if he just left life, if he's in the water somewhere and he took his own life, or if there was third party involvement. But my heart's breaking for this. And I was going to do a video the other night and I had it ready. And then that particular day I was making a bunch of videos and I kept scrapping them. But Reese Roger, and he's out of Scotland. Okay. And it was like, I think it's a Loch Rannoch area. And it's breaking my heart, like Nicola Bulley, right? Okay. Mother of 2 children. And now Nicola Bulley again, right? Left the planet. Now she's an angel, unfortunately for Nicola. It's such tragedy because I was really hoping that Nicola just left, that she was having a bad day and just tried to make it look like she had just left, So it was heartbreaking news come February 19th. Absolutely. And then, so Reese Roger, okay, I can't think of the date now, March 18th, I believe, right? Last known sighting was perhaps at 11:30 p.m. that night. So if he's talking to Paula, his partner, and then he disappears at, or his phone turns off at 11:19, and then somebody supposedly went to go stop to see if he needed help and said that he had the same description as what he was wearing, that would be at 11:30. So I'm going to put out a video for that one. All I'm asking is, even if you don't watch it, please share it. Okay, from your neck of the woods over there across the pond. It's tearing at my heart for this other lady. Imagine, just for one moment, just put yourself in that shoes. If either your wife and you didn't know, maybe your wife, your husband, your daughter, your son, your grandparent, whatever, and just put yourself in somebody else's shoes, which I know you guys can do, and just think that if that person disappeared and you had no clue if they were alive or if they were dead, you would just want this person to be found. Even if that person is no longer alive, you just want to know where that loved one is. It would be torture. Absolutely. So please, I'm actually begging you guys, because for some reason that case is grabbing my heart and it's over across the pond. I know in Scotland, and I know you guys can do that you guys can share it, so that if he is still alive and he just walked away, because he did something. If he turned his phone off at 11:19 and his friends just thought he went back to the thing, and then someone sees him at 11:30, right? So how people, you don't know what's going on up there. So that's all I'm going to ask of you for that. Okay. So let's you guys, let's finish this up, I guess, with just some last minute thoughts. Again, if you have any last minute thoughts for John. So if anyone has tuned in later at this point, John from Crime Scene to Courtroom, okay, he has is going to St. Michael's on the Wire tomorrow, or tonight. Tomorrow, because it's still not past 12. And he's going to be going out there, and he wanted to know what footage some people wanted to see. Now, I know for a fact he probably won't be able to get to everything that people are requesting, but her case for the most part is pretty much in a structured area. Everything's not far. Inskip's not far. The school's not far. Obviously, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of, looking at footage near the weir, near where Nicola Bulley supposedly fell in.
Right.
Can't see it. Yeah. Oh, Derek. Okay. You know what? We have a members live tonight going on, but I will I will try to pull out that video for tomorrow. So that's all I'm asking of you. Thank you so much. It's about helping other people. It's called what I call pay it forward, right? In life, you do things for other people, so that it's called karma. What you put out to the universe will treat you well. If you treat the universe shitty and treat people shitty, the universe will treat you shitty back.
Sonny, Steve Smith, I like the idea of that. Maybe doing a call in one day with some UK viewers. That would be interesting.
We have a number.
Just drop a link and.
Is that what you mean, Steve? Adam has a number that somebody could call.
Right.
Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? Absolutely. If it wasn't for different opinions or different thoughts, this would be a very boring world, first of all.
Absolutely.
And it's like if I wasn't looking at Twitter yesterday and came across a few things, I probably wouldn't have thought about it, very much until I come across it.
Yeah.
I don't even care if it comes from the most, someone that's disrespecting the whole Nicola Bulley case, in a sense. If they're disrespecting it in a sense, but still have some vital information that I find interesting, I'm going to use it.
Right.
If it pertains to looking at something closer and makes sense. Life is too short. We have to make absolutely. You guys got a YOLO. That's our favorite word. At least it's my favorite word. It's called YOLO, right? You only live once, all right? So while you're living once, if you're a grumpy ass person, stop being grumpy, man. Life is short. Shit happens. Get over it. Suck
you hear
it
that,
up.
Penny?
Yeah. Hey, Penny, you listening? Yeah. I still like my video that I made of Penny. Caravan Penny.
Yeah.
If you guys never seen that video, go watch it. I put a video before. Caravan Penny. Yeah.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah. So you guys got to YOLO things, right? You only live once. Life's too short to be nasty and all that stuff. Drama llama. Sometimes it's fun to be in drama just for the sake of it. Sometimes just for a chuckle or not. But not to get seriously in depth and being all angry and stuff like that.
It's fun to be a fly on the wall of drama, not to be a part of it.
Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's fun to poke the bear. Sometimes it is. Not gonna lie.
I like to put the bear in the leaf.
See. Bren. What you should record, go to the field and see if it still has private land signs everywhere. So yeah, and the grave, someone grave transporter. Okay, John, what does this say? Whoops, sorry, clicked on it there. Oh, hi Sharon Parker. Mwah. Hi Ray Jones. Hey Carol. Carol put her name down to Carol. Was Carol. I think I'm blurry for a sec. Hold on.
Are you sure that's the same Carol? Could be could just be a different Carol. No, because Carol was a member.
Oh, different Carol.
Right.
Than the top behind the church. Well, it's just because it looks like the same avatar to me. That's why the blue.
Maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah, we could be drunk too. I'm a little drunk.
No.
No.
Hopefully later tonight. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, on the members live. Yeah, members lives are always fun. Sometimes we do trivia.
Yeah, I usually wait until the members live to have a cocktail on a live.
Yeah, actually, a friend sent me some footage of the Delphi Bridge today, with some photos. So I'm gonna show that in the live and the members one today. So that was very nice. John, will you see that there are many ways you can leave that field other than the footpath to Garstang Road? The river can be walked across in certain places. Take wellies, John. I'm not gonna lie. I really do find some of these Brit words and that really cute. Like, I don't know why, but wellies. It just seems so, I don't know, cute when you hear it.
I want a pair of wellies.
Yeah, you guys call like a freaking boot and a bonnet, and
right.
all I'm thinking.
I want a nice wax. I want a nice wax jacket too.
A wax jacket?
Expensive. Yeah, they're wax, so it's like so the water doesn't.
Oh. Well, as long as John got his little floaty wings on, I mean, John, you got to do it. You got one job, John. Get it right. What was the last confirmed sighting of Nicola? Well, the last confirmed sighting of Nicola, supposedly, was the upper field at 9:10. That was the last sighting. Supposedly, if you believe it. I don't know what to believe. yeah, I don't know what to believe. And that's why I keep showing the inconsistencies, because it's like your head's done in, right? And my husband keeps saying this word all the time lately, or not these words, the two words. And he goes, what's the word? It's like he always says something in it. In it. What does he always say? Something in it. And it's like, in it. In it. What's the word you guys always say if you're from the UK? Because I've seen somebody else use it. It's like weird, is weird, in it. Weird, in it. And it's like in it. In it. And I'm like, I had to think about it for a second when he was saying in it. Yeah, all sorts. In it. But he always says a word before that, usually like weird, in it. In it. It took me a few minutes to understand what he was really saying, to be honest with you. I was like, word. And then I seen somebody else say this exact same thing, and I was like, yep, that's what my husband always says. Weird, isn't it? Or yesterday he says to his brother, and he's like, he wanted mashed potatoes. So I had ham, mashed potatoes, and whatever. And he had corned beef, in the twisty can thing. Blah. Corned beef. And so, I don't know, whatever bangers and mashes or whatever. But anyways, so then he says to Ryan, hey, Ryan, do you want ham and mashed potatoes like Sonny's having? Or do you want this corned beef and mashed potatoes? And I knew, I didn't even bother to ask, because I was like, look if a British person is living in Canada, anytime that you can have your British food and make that instead, you're going to have that versus the Canadian stuff, typically on there. So my poor husband eats it. The rest of the night he was complaining about a stomachache on it. But but anyways, all I ever hear is, oh, that's banger. That's banger. Banger, yeah, that's banger. Banger, in it. Yeah, in it. You give it. And it's in it translates to A in Canada. That's correct. Okay. Corned beef is very 70s in the UK. Oh,
Especially if it's a bush.
Why does my camera do that? Because I backed away from it. Hold on a second. Nope, still blurry. Be right back. It's because my camera needs to zoom in first. Bagging in it there. Peter is still working for police. Yeah, I seen that on his. I stalked his Facebook one day, confirmed in his post on his NSGI Facebook post on February 28th. He said media just spun the story. That's what we're talking about. Well, you got me at the word ketchup, not the corn. Well, the corned beef I do like, but not in a can that you spin around. Okay, at some point during a live, you guys, our lives always turn to food.
Or sex.
One of the two.
Or both.
Or both. Sometimes I like to mix the ketchup with the, sexual references on there. But yeah. Have you heard of welly wanging? Hey. Have you heard of welly wanging? You know
Is
what I'm
that
picturing?
a food or sex?
That's what I was thinking. Welly wanging.
Just playing.
It sounds like wanging. Everybody have wang chung tonight?
Right. Yeah, and all sorts. I could not agree more. John is a very level-headed bloke, so I'm glad he's going as well.
Oh, absolutely. I love John.
Yeah.
It's so
He's
weird.
Good people.
He's good people. He's good people. We're good people. You guys are good people. You guys have been very respectful, which we love. Have an opinion, just be respectful. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're not into the whole drama llama, people telling each other off in chat. Everyone has a right to their opinion, even if it's from outer space, type of thing. As long as you're not like dissing the channel, then get out, right? But if you're dissing the channel, yeah, then you don't need to be here. Go to somebody else, go troll, go be somewhere else. But thank you guys for
You're
being
only
so
allowed
nice.
to troll the channel if you like me more than Sunny.
Where's the duct tape? Shut up. 1 second there. I just want to grab something for 1 second there.
Yeah, I actually need to get going soon. I'm sorry.
Nope, no, because we have to do our live soon here anyway. Wait, what are you doing?
Well,
What
I've
are
got to
you
go to
doing?
the grocery store. I've got to do
Yeah.
2 more things work-wise, and then all before we do our live
Oh,
tonight.
so you're out of smokes. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No? Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna say, you guys, hold on a second here. I do want to thank let's see here. Twice that Amophilia did 2 super chats. And Steve Smith, thank you for your super chat today. And I think that
Molithia.
was it. Yeah, she did twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, I love what she said. She said she's tempted to take to book a week on the caravan just to see the family's routine. I eat dogs walks. Bring your long zoom camera if you go.
And say, no way did she go in there. Right. I know. Like I said, I'm so looking forward to this, you guys, for John going there. And, so I'm going to have a long night tonight. I got a live, by that time, John's on his way. If not, he's going to be there already at some point because it's an 8-hour difference for you guys. Anyway, from me.
Is he going to go live? No, he said no.
He's not going to do live because honestly, when you're trying to do live, it's a lot harder. It's best sometimes. I know some people want that. Now, if you lived in the area, but when you're not from the area and you have to drive 3 hours,
especially when you're like an adult man by yourself, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb.
Right. I wonder, right, if somebody's going to be like, shame on you, John. You shouldn't be here.
Shame on you, Penny.
You're not from this area. You don't belong here. Yeah, Penny will kick off. Right? Penny's gonna freaking with her twine.
I don't think it takes much.
Yeah. She's probably like hog time or something like that. Maybe John should be scared.
I might like that with that twine.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anyways, before we head out, I'm just gonna drop the link to the members channel again. If you're from the UK, probably about $1.50 a month if you want to become a member. I'm gonna make, like I said, a specific. You guys in the comments of the video, once it's turned into a video instead of a live or whatever, if there's a certain emoji you want me to make for the UK, I mean, I can just do the basic flag, and hey, that sometimes can be boring, but hey, if it's just a flag, I'll put out there. That way, anyone that is a member can use the UK emoji. What are you doing? I said, you being a dirty bird while we're trying to sit here and do a live, Adam?
No, I closed the chat out and I just reopened it, but it started playing an ad.
Yeah, it was the welly banging welly wanging that sent you off. I said welly banging. Close enough. John the Wicker Man. Yeah. So, who has the right authority to put private signs? Frank keeps using that emoji. Who has the right of authority to put private land signs there? Right? Yeah. John, dressed like a fisherman. Suspicious looking. Besides, Becky said so. All right, you guys. You know what, you guys? It's been a pleasure. Adam's got to go. I mean, I can still talk, but I guess I should get ready for the live. Our members live tonight. Exactly this. Yeah. And again, if you guys could just, again, when I drop one for Reese Roger, just even if you don't watch it, just share it. It's another human being that needs our help. That's what we're here for. Thank you guys so much for joining today. And with that being said, I don't know, give him some kisses, Adam.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, if you guys could just give a shit. Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, I'm saying, and I'm just as excited as everyone else to see what John comes up with tomorrow.
Yep, I gotta get some nappy in for that, eh? Oh, hold on. Stop, Adam. You can go if you need to. I have a couple coronation questions.
Oh, I want to know these.
Okay, so tell me first of all. Okay, I already asked about the P thing, right? Okay.
For all you royalists in the chat.
Who's in the chat?
I said for all you royalists that are in the chat.
Okay.
The 2 or 3.
I just want to know first of all if that carriage is made of gold. Is it made of gold or is it gold plated?
Made of wood. It's made of wood and gold.
Is it? Do you know?
Are you talking about the one that they took after the coronation? Yeah. And it's like 1,000 years old and is apparently very uncomfortable.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And you know all those guys with the fluff? Okay. And you know all those black guys? Where's the picture of that? You guys know all those black hats, the fluffy hats, those things that look like dildos sticking off top of their head. Those things. You guys know those black things? Okay. There's like thousands of them walking down. Thousands, like 1,000. You guys really, like, how much did that freaking thing cost? You guys literally had like 1,000 of them.
Well, I mean, it cost enough they couldn't fill the potholes.
It was crazy. I'm literally watching these things, these people, and I'm like, you guys all get paid? Like, every one of you gets
I saw
paid?
that. UIX.
Is that what it is? Bearskins? Because all I know is that as I'm watching the entire, okay, you guys should subscribe just for the entire time.
Where's the UK PETA?
Sucker.
You know, Sonny? Where's the UK PETA? Bearskin?
PETA? I know, right? Bearskin?
I mean,
Right. Where, you know, the activists.
where's the animal rights activists?
Oh, oh. And thank you, Karina Prop. And then, so let's see here. And like, I know my main hypothesis was when somebody had to go to the bathroom, especially during that entire long freaking event, like I would have pissed myself at some point. Okay, I would have got up, but kids can't control it, so I'm like, they double them up in diapers.
Right.
Good question. And I mean, they did all these strange things.
Like when they put the wall around him and he had to take his shirt off and they put oils all over him, but we couldn't see that on TV.
Right. I wonder what was really happening behind that screen.
Well, I think let's all be thankful we didn't have to see a 75-year-old shirtless man on TV.
Wait, I'm sorry, but doesn't Prince Charles,
especially one that just got his first job,
doesn't he look like he's like 99 years old? Like he looks really old. Actually, Camilla looked a lot better than what I remember her actually looking like. But she actually
the meaner you are, the longer you live.
Yeah, but he looks so old. And I don't know. And then you had Princess Harry sitting in the back going, like, do you even think that perhaps Harry was like, do you think that there's a little bit of something there that his brother, William was all dressed up in his flank? Or you think Harry was like, God, I don't got to do that crap. We aren't allowed to see the holy water. Oh, see, I don't know about really any of this stuff. And husband doesn't care to tell me because it bores him, to be honest with you. He likes the history, the castles and the history of things. As for the royals, he could care less, he says. I mean, each to their own. All I know is I wanted to watch the entire thing. And as the thing was going on, I kept going, man, that's all I could think about was, what if someone was standing there and had to go to the bathroom? Like, at what point do you either tinkle on the ground or get a stomach ache because you have to hold it in? And I don't know. Seems so weird. But anyways, but all those guys in the hats, and then you guys, you guys, what is those guys that look like they're wearing horse manes on their head? They're like yellowy white horse mane things. What are those things? You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like they got this like black hat with these horse mane hairs coming off of it, like yellowy or whatever it was, gold yellowy. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Tink, that's Streamlabs. If you misspell something, then it will say that you've tried to post a link. But what are those things, you guys? Come on. Those things with those hats with the horse hairs coming off. William is sleeping. Do I have a picture of this? Hold on a second. There was a coronation. Okay, hold on. Let me find these little suckers. I'm going to find them. Images. That's cute. Come on, show me those horsey people. probably have to find it in a video. I'm looking at images, but all they're showing is Prince Charles and Camilla and the crowns and stuff. But they had, you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh,
Nope.
okay. Hold on a second. One second.
What?
I'm trying to tell them. Can you come here for a sec? What are those people that have the horsey things on their heads for hats?
A horse hat on the head?
Yeah, on the Coronation.
They got a horse on their head?
No, it's a hat with mane, like what looks like horsehair mane. Remember the white stuff coming down? You called them something like a night guard or a guard.
No, I thought it was the ones with the big black furry hat.
Yeah, there's those people. What are those ones called?
Well, they were the Queen's Guard, but the Queen's
Queen's
dead, so I guess the King's Guard.
I'm talking about the ones that have like this white hair that's coming off of their hats. And then it reminded me of like horse mane because it was like, you don't remember? Okay.
I don't remember, and I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care about those people.
Okay. Thank you. But nobody else knows in chat. You guys must know. Were they on horses with the carriage? Yes. Yes. DW Bull, they were. Yeah, they were. It's just because, I mean, honestly, when I look at it myself, okay, you guys, it's like very spectacular event. It really was, regardless how many millions and whatever it costed. But it's like when you're looking at all the work and all how everyone is doing everything like with the guns and stuff like that, and you're sitting there, my husband would know, but he was asleep, and so then I see those hats, right, and there's just hordes of these people, and but when you're watching it, it's like a big parade happening. The King's Royal Guard, Stephen Smith. Okay, is that what they're called? King's Royal Guard. All I know is that the whole event, regardless if you like royals or don't like royals, it was like watching a big parade, and it was just to watch everything so organized on how it's done and the money that went into that, the preparation, and then to watch them all, walking and all these people cheering. Like I said, there was 450,000 people. No, I think at one point it was 550,000 people watching the BBC that I was watching it on. And I was just like, and then I thought to myself, shouldn't I be streaming this? I totally forgot about that. Probably would have got a copyright strike just like that, right? But anyways, I was just sitting there fishing on RuneScape, and I was, watching the thing. And a couple times I screwed up fishing because during my mini game, because I was too busy sitting there watching the whole thing. But I think those are the questions that I had, was really about those main people with the hats, and then how much, like, just thinking that all those people got paid. Like, that's a lot of do-re-mi. I don't know. Anyways, that was it. Anyways, did you have any questions about it, Adam, before we go? Like,
No,
anything
nothing I think of.
Yeah?
No.
I
mean, I thought a lot of it was really boring.
Oh, well, when you're fishing on RuneScape and then you're watching it, ain't so boring, because you're sitting there fishing on my mini game that I'm playing, and then on RuneScape, and then I'm watching it, and it actually worked out well, nice. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy Hughes. Yeah.
Thank you, Tracy.
We covered true crime cases. The main cases going on with this channel at the moment is Delphi and the Nicola Bulley case. But as well, we pick up other cases, absolutely, and talk about them as well. Even though that they don't do so well. I mean, like yesterday, right? I did a live with Flora Fires and about the Texas tragedies and stuff like that. And sometimes
you did a live yesterday.
Yeah, I did. You didn't know it, I didn't bug you. I know.
I had no idea.
No, and there was only like 22 people in there. But, like I said, if I put Nicola Bulley, because most people are interested in that, then it just depends what you're doing, what your channel is known for. That's what it becomes about. And this channel is about Nicola Bulley and Delphi mostly. Okay, that's the main ones that we cover. We cover Idaho case as well, but we just kind of more update on certain cases that are going on as well. But I put a lot when I do something, I usually stick to what I'm doing, and in this case, it's kind of a balanced Delphi and Kagan Klein and some other things going on. And then I see this Reese Roger guy, and I want to do videos for them, or the Lucy Letby case, and that one. Oh, hey, you guys, if you guys aren't watching that Lucy Letby thing or paying attention to it, it'll be very interesting if she gets off or if she gets charged for all those child, homicides or attempted homicides.
Right.
But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you, Tracy Hughes, for subscribing. Thank you for the super chats earlier. We'll be doing our members live at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And John from Crime Scene to Courtroom. If you don't know what you're gonna do, when they're coming for you. Hi, Denise.
I think that's going to call for us to have a live in the next week so that we can ask John about his experience.
Absolutely. Yep. I think we're going to be on John's channel. Like, if he does it, we're going to be on his channel. And because I really want to see that footage too and see what. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask John exactly how he plans on doing it. Because I said to him too, I said, well, we need to do another live, and it's on your channel this time, bud. And then he's like, well, let me go down. I'm going down. So let me see that, and then we'll talk about when we're going to do a live next. So,
yeah.
Anyways, good night, everyone. See you on the live tonight, in the members live only, tonight at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And for all the British people from the UK that are watching, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for, again, joining this live. And of course, we'll put out some more videos and talk about Nicola Bulley and see what John brings us. And
Right. Yeah. Sweet dreams, everyone.
Yeah. Take care. So I'll just hit the intro. Oh, Deb sneaks in at the last second. You see
No,
that?
Deb's been here. She said hi earlier.
Oh, did you say hi,
I
Deb?
think you were reading something, but yeah, I said hi to Deb earlier.
Well, I was going to say, for the people in the UK, most of you guys are heading to bed, probably have work tomorrow. But again, bless, and please give this live a like and a share. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
And yeah. This is Sunny Justice and Aspen Connor from It's a Crime and Shame, wishing you all a good night.